Oh hey, this is the portable sidekick from Studio Titan. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing how this has replaced multiple stands and tripods, including my Sachtler Flowtech 75 for most of my work. But first, it's story time about how we got here. Before I was a documentary and commercial filmmaker, I was a photographer for 20 years. And so I had heard of Studio Titan, but mostly for their column stands that I saw in a lot of professional studios. Fast forward 20 years, and I've amassed an arsenal of gear to do one-man band and small crew interviews and commercial work as quickly and efficiently as possible. I'm always on the lookout for gear that makes my life easier, as well as my work faster. And a couple of years ago, I invested in pretty much the industry standard tripod, which is the Sachtler Flowtech 75 legs and the Active 6 head. This year I also added the wheelbase to make my life easier if I'm having a heavy kit on top or a slider. Now this thing is incredible. The legs themselves are rated for 44 pounds, but they're super solid. They're the first to have this one latch system where you just pull 3 latches, you can lift it up, lock them in, and you're at a different height. Now, the one problem that I found, especially when I'm doing product photography and food videography, is that every time you raise and lower the head, you have to re-level the head. And it is the fastest leveling head that I've ever found, but it can't compete to the one central column and pistol grip of the Studio Titan Sidekick. At the heart of the Sidekick's genius is the central column with the innovative pistol grip. All you need to do is press the trigger, move it up or down, let go, and it's locked in position. If you wanted some extra security from rotation, you can also use the knob to knock it down. Another benefit of the pistol grip's design is that I only need to carry the load of the individual pistol grip's load when I'm raising and lowering the height of that particular stem. Now, how is this different compared to a regular tripod? Well, with this one, even the Flowtech, which is the industry standard, if I release the legs, I've got to lift up with my shoulders, arms, and back, and then lock all 3 in place, which doesn't seem so hard, but when you've got a heavy load on it and do this constantly throughout a day, that's wear and tear that I don't need or want. Versus this guy, I just need to raise, lower, let go, and I'm set. My 50-year-old body thanks me. There are some great things that this one can do that can't. Obviously, if you're on uneven terrain, this one, you have spiked feet, and I can carry this into the bush, not a problem. Studio Titan's gonna lose out there. But for everything else, let's move on to the Sidekick. Before we get into it, full disclosure, I'm not calling this a review as I'm the one who reached out to Studio Titan America about the Sidekick. I'd been looking for a faster alternative to traditional tripods to raise and lower on a central column. Pretty much looking for a poor man's bazooka, and came across the Sidekick. I was sent this product without charge, but without strings attached too. So as always, I'll be sharing my honest thoughts, both good and bad, and giving you the details so you can make your own informed decision. As always, you'll find the links and updates in the description. Portability is excellent. I've got the 2 pistol grip kit right here, and it comes with this bag, and it only weighs 19 pounds, which is incredible when you consider that replaces 2 tripods. With portability in mind, the bag is excellent. You've got cinching straps to tie it together. You've also got the handle webbing that goes all around the bag, and that inspires confidence. The shoulder strap, I should note, is nice and thick like a seat belt, but the ends are plastic buckles, and that's going to be the weakest link. Opening it up, we've got room here for 2 spigots, the pistol grips, and we've got tie downs for the main wheels, the base, and we've also got 2 zipper compartments on either side that reveal the columns that you can extend it with. One is going to have a male, and the other one's going to be a female side, and that's going to be your central column. And we've got the end cap. This is the top column. There's plenty of room for more. We'll be packing this guy up with a lot more stuff later on. Super easy and toolless to set up the entire kit. Just loosen the bolt, push it down, level the bottom legs, and lock it in place. There's 2 different column extensions. The middle column, only using your hands, just screw it in. I love this because you don't require any Allen keys or little tiny screws to put this together that you'll inevitably lose. I usually put my accessory tray near the bottom. Then goes my main camera with my pan tilt head. And then goes my extension arm, so I can put something else on there, including something as convoluted as this guy, which is a motorized slider. And then, where this is a touch, one more stud with the pistol grip. And this one is going to hold my boom mic holder. And this has got a lot of stuff going on it right now, but I digress. You'll know the top column is the one with the end cap. And you can also buy additional middle sections to get this even taller. But of course, the taller you go, the more unstable it is. So I don't recommend going too tall on this. Now I'm ready to put my boom on there. And all the links for everything you see on this tree are going to be in the description, so you can check that out. But I'm set up. That's as easy as it is. And I can roll it around, no problem at all. Just add cameras, audio cables, and a recorder. One thing I should note is if you're doing live pan and tilt motions with your camera that's attached to your sidekick, that there is the possibility of translated vibration up the column and into other units, including your boom mic. If you need to do a lot of movement of your camera while you're recording or live broadcasting, then I think a traditional tripod might be the way to go for maximum stability. That being said, there are a couple ways that you can increase the stability of the sidekick. There is a parked mode that gives you a little bit more stability. To get into parking mode, release the locking lever and lower the center column, not quite to touching the ground. I love how there's a separation of the 2 points of connection. You can tell the engineers did their homework. In parked mode, all the wheels turn towards center, lock them in place, and you've got a more stable base. To add extra stability, I'll also add a weighted bag around the central column. Weighted in park position, I find adds a lot of stability and gets rid of those micro shakes, making even camera movement doable while you've got everything else connected to the central column. A couple of things to note for safety. When you're moving your entire system around, push from near the base and never from the top. That's just common sense. Also, make sure that you're mindful of the direction of your wheels are at when you move into a new direction so you don't stall and tip the entire thing over. The last thing is to be mindful of the leverage you have of every individual pistol grip. So whether you have to counterbalance, you don't want to have your entire system just fall over on you. But it's incredible how quickly I can find uses for additional pistol grips and where the sidekick become the center of my entire system. Another huge win for the Studio Titan is its value. If you take a look at the kits that you can buy, you can get a center column, wheeled base, and 2 pistol grips for under $700 US from B&H. Now, what can you get for $700 US? You can't even buy the wheelbase from Flowtech. That's $850 US that I paid for that, okay? Now, the legs and the head for this were over $2,900. That's on sale. That's US dollars as well, $2,900. Now, granted, with the pistol grips, you'll still need to buy, let's say, the plates that attach to a tripod or video head, and you will also buy the video heads. You can also buy like extension arms, and you can buy different rods and baskets. But even if you add thousands of dollars to this sidekick, you will not get anywhere close to the $3,600 on sale for the Flowtech system. And you will get a much more modular kit where you can add lights, multiple cameras, a boom arm, trays, and computer stands at your will on a very small footprint. Rated for 44 pounds, this stand is no slouch, but I'd still love to see Studio Titan offer us a bigger set of wheels with a steel inner core to inspire confidence on the road. When it's time to pack up, this bag can hold a lot more than the standard kit. First thing to go in is the base. Get the tie downs clipped in, safety first. Then we've got our 2 central columns. I put my middle section on the side with the Studio Titan logo and the end cap on the other side. Zip those guys up. And there's still plenty of room for a lot more items. So from here, a pistol grip with the long extension arm. I'm gonna slip right on the side. I'm also gonna slip the other pistol grip with the short extension opposite. Take another pistol grip, put it right there. Another pistol grip, put it in here. I've got a ball head as well as a video tripod head that I'll put on the ends. And for good measure, our accessory tray just fits on top. Zipper that all up. And you've got a lot in one bag. When packed in its bag, the Studio Titan Sidekick is noticeably shorter than my Sachtler in its bag. So for transport, this is ready to take anywhere on the road. So what's the bottom line? The Sidekick from Studio Titan America is an incredible piece of kit that I recommend to all photographers and videographers. In the space of one traditional tripod, you can replace multiple camera tripods, a boom arm or a light stand, an accessory pouch, and have it all on wheels, saving your back and your shoulders. The Sidekick's modularity offers so much versatility to every photographer and videographer. I highly recommend it. And I think it can be used on every set, whether small, one-man crews, or on the largest of sets. Definitely, I could see this becoming a staple in every studio. That's a wrap for this video, but before I let you go, I do have a thought of the day, and the thought of the day is this. If you knew how quickly people would forget you after your death, you would not seek to please anyone but God. Sobering thoughts in the age of social media. But what are your thoughts on the Sidekick? How can you see yourself using something like this for the way you shoot? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you like videos like this, subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.